Recording in.
It'll be in post-production for a year. It'll take forever. I can't tell you a funny story though real quickly. So Lorraine Bracco, you know who that is from Sopranos?
Yeah.
So she did 2 days of shooting in it, right? And she was the last sign. They were looking for somebody who to bring a little more clout. And they have Sean Astin and Jeremy Griffin.
Yeah.
So they do a whole wardrobe purchase for her. She has 3 scenes. They buy 3 deep. So there's nine outfits. She shows up in Sulphur. She has the presidential suite at the Artesian. She does 1 day of shooting and takes all 9 outfits with her.
Wow.
Came to Oklahoma to make a film, and I'm going home with something.
Did you see where Diana Kokoska?
Well, I didn't see. What?
She was in the Chosen, the movie.
Oh yeah.
She was all dressed up on set. She says, "What an incredible
Yeah.
to be able to just be an extra, you know."
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, well, I can't wait to see it. We need to have a premiere here.
We'll see.
It's just,
Yeah, never know.
yeah, we will. Hello, cute outfit, your girl, our fashion plate. It's 10:01. I know there's others here, okay, but you know, we'll give it 2 minutes.
I'm gonna walk.
Yes, you don't mind, Tom, I appreciate it.
It's the summer slumber.
I know. I sent a text, I got it early today, and I had a surprise on my desk, and I sent a text to Kenzie and Abigail, thanking them. Got up 6 a.m. Wake up! Good morning. Sometimes I forget. So if you get a really early text from me, just know that it was just, you know, I've already been here, had breakfast and 2 cups of coffee. How was the voting?
It was good. There were a decent amount of people there. I didn't look at what number I was, but yeah.
I voted at Wildwood Church.
Oh,
It's always packed.
yeah.
So after the work study, I'm gonna go and do road and.
Run over there, yeah.
Yeah.
I was there at like 9:15. I feel like that's a decent.
That's what
People are
fine.
out for.
Yeah. I think people may go at lunchtime, but it's not go after.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay.
Yes.
It's gonna be good. My sister wants to return. Okay, make sure you vote for it. Thank you for your input.
Yeah.
This morning. That's the job.
Yeah.
She got a ticket from the phones.
Oh,
Yeah. Breathe in and out. Okay, we're gonna get started. And other people.
Like a child in a convenience store.
Okay, here we go. All right, first of all, Heather. We really do. And is Paul here? Paul Edwards, is he back there? We also want to thank Paul for always contributing to our team meeting as well, along with all of our other wonderful sponsors. Just to let you all know, coming up in September, I would be reaching out to you. We're putting together our sponsor list for 2027 and sending invitations out. And we're going to have 2 ways folks can sponsor. Number 1 being our preferred vendors. Number 2, we're also going to have a digital book. A digital handbook of vendors that our agents will be able to use as well as send out to their clients. This will be for people like plumbers, electricians, painters, landscapers, pool people, people that hang Christmas lights, you know, all the stuff. I think it's a valuable way to highlight the people that have done us well over the years. Okay. All right. Mid-year review. Mid-year review. So I've got a lot of notes here and I'm gonna read through them, okay? Before we get into the numbers and a game plan today, I want to start with a story about one of the greatest coaches. in the history of college football. Does everybody know who Lou Holtz is? His name is Lou Holtz. He passed away earlier this year at 89 years old and was one of those rare people whose words stay with you. He won 249 games. He led Notre Dame to a national championship. Even though he took 6 different programs to bowl games, but what made him legendary wasn't the wins. It's how he approached the fight. He specialized in turnarounds. When he walked into South Carolina in 1999, they were 0-11. 0-11. And the very next year they went 8-5 and beat Ohio State in a bowl game. National Coach of the Year. He didn't abandon the season just because the first half was ugly. He coaches the second half. And this is what he said. And if you want to write this down. How you respond to the challenge in the second half will determine what you become after the game, whether you're a winner or a loser. It's the second half. So he didn't say how you played the first half. He didn't say what your numbers were going in. He said how you respond to the second half determines the outcome. And that's exactly where we are now. Mid-year. It's midpoint of the year. Our first half is done. The scoreboard has some numbers on it. And some of you are ahead. Some of you might be behind. And it's okay. Whatever it is, it's really okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a little bit of that today. But as the second half, this is what's going to be built on the things that you're going to do every day. Okay? So I want you to, if you think about it, Gary Kelly talks about it in my favorite book, MREA, but it's in a page that you wouldn't think about it being, but he talks about this. So it's on page 167. It's in the organizational model. And it's in the organizational model because he's talking about consulting. How are agents and their teams, how are teams consulting the people on their teams? And if the way they're consulting the people on their teams makes sense, why am I not consulting you? Because you're my team, right? So if you look on page 167 of MREA, he talks about the consultative interview. And there's 4 pieces to it. And so on a mid-year review, this is what we're going to be looking at. The 4 pieces. The first one is, what was your goal? What was your goal for the year? Was it built on a real plan? Was it a dream? Was it a number that you just threw out there? Or is it anchored in something that matters as to why you picked that? So you've got to get very clear on what that number is. If it was random, there's a story James Shaw talks about of a gal. She said, my goal was sell 100 houses. She sold 17. So that 100 wasn't based on anything. It was just a number. And I know for some of you that I have real consultations, bless you. We talk about why that number matters. And it's based on something. It's usually based on income. And income is tied to a lifestyle or an event or both or something. It's got to be anchored into something. So first thing to do, we got to the goal. And is it realistic? So as we're looking at these numbers of what we planned on for the year, we're going to say, does that goal still make sense? Okay, so that's the first thing. Second, we're going to say, how am I doing? How am I doing? In his book, he said, how did you do? Are you on track? So we got to remember, life happens. Gosh dang it, life happens. We know what happens. We've all had things hit, right, Tom? You had a really rough year. A lot of things that were unforeseen. So we have health issues, we have family issues, we have crisis, we have losing pets. We have those things, and it happens, and it can throw us off kilter a little bit. So we're not going to sit in that. We're not going to dwell in it. We're not going to park there. We're just going to acknowledge that that's happened. When I coach people at K-Score and they're in real estate school, I always have a conversation during the scholarship. Be prepared for life to happen. You have 6 months to complete this course online, but be prepared because it will. It will. So we know that's the case. So the third piece is how do you feel about it? How do you feel about the fact of what the goal was and how you're doing? How do you feel about it? And I don't want you to think about this in judgment or blaming or excuses. It's just, do I feel okay? I mean, you could if you're ahead, if you're on track. Yeah, I feel good. And if you don't, that's okay too. That's going to energize you and motivate you to the next piece, which is based on all that, what do I do now? Right? Based on all that, what's my next steps? What am I going to do now? So I want to ask you a question. Based on what your goals are, just show hands, or if somebody wants to tell me what theirs are. You know, how you doing? How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? Does someone want to share what their goal is and share where they are?
I'm at 36, my goal's 36.
Okay,
I think.
you're halfway there. Sweet. How's that feel?
Wonderful.
I want to ask you something, Tia, because when you said you want 36, where did that come from? Where'd that number come from?
I sat down and figured out what I needed and what my goal was. So I knew what my personal goal was, my vacation goal, all out,
Yeah.
and what I need to pay off this year.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
So it's tied, see what, that's what we're talking about, it's tied to something, right? Jason, Jerica, how are you guys?
We're on track. I feel horrible about
Okay, tell me why you feel horrible, I shouldn't laugh.
it. It's funny, but it's just how I feel. The pipeline is the thinnest it's been. I can see the future at do something, or I'm gonna fall off track. That's how it feels.
Oh.
I don't feel at peace that I'm on track. It's getting harder and harder to stay on track.
So what are you doing about that?
I'm gonna put in more inputs.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make me feel good. I want to put in less inputs.
Do you feel that, and you say, I see the future, so the future is getting bleak. Do you feel we have had a better place and we're going to a lesser place?
I just feel I see the future if I don't increase my inputs. I don't really view the global market that much because it's out of my pay grade. I can only control what I control. But no, as far as the economic future, I have no idea. I can talk out of all sides of my mouth.
Sure.
You're going along with regards to that.
Yeah.
Do you think it's both gonna be all more the same? Do you think we're gonna continue on this vein? Do you think we're gonna go higher or gonna go down? What are your thoughts?
I think it follows the interest rates. If we keep climbing up to 7.5, we're gonna repeat 08. I think. Which will bend the industry, but give us market share.
I'm gonna challenge a little bit on that, because it's gonna take a lot more than interest rates to get us to away.
That's great.
I believed. That was, what, there was a lot of reasons that 08 happened. A lot of it was just the way financing had been done.
Let me rephrase that. Let me say more like of 06. That's the last time I remember 7.5. Is around 2006. I was at Chase then. So you're right. It wasn't as bleak. It wasn't as easy.
But do you know what? Here's the deal. This Mary Seams, if you follow Mary Cox, Mary Rose Cox on, she's the team leader up at Elite. And she's writing on Substack now, and she's writing these great deep dives. And she was talking about, if you haven't read it, her article on operators, or order takers versus operators, right? Everybody for years and years and years and years, we got by successfully being order takers. And now it's operators. And now if you look at the statistics of the people building businesses, that they're really separated. The operators and the order takers are starting to really see a picture now. So there's going to be plenty, whether it's 7.5, 8%, or 8%, but that's a reality. That's not a number that people like to hear. And if I have said this before, and I was told, Stephanie, shut up. When I said my first house I purchased was 12%. I'm old. Or I'm not old, I'm old. I purchased my first home at 12%. And I thought I had a deal because they were at 18.
That's 16 is mine. 16.
And I thought it was a great deal. But you know what? There's gonna be people that have to move. I was adamant that I was gonna buy a house. I didn't care. So it's the pool is smaller. The buyer pool and seller pool is probably a little smaller, but it's the ones that are treating it as a business and doing the activities that generate the results that are gonna win. So we're gonna come back around to that in a minute, okay? So those are the 4 things I seriously want you to ask yourself this, and if you do not want to do it by yourself, come in, I'll do it with you. What was the goal? How did I do? How did it make me feel? What am I gonna do now? That's the questions. But we're gonna pop into how do we reset? How do we really reset? Okay, because it's a reset. Mid-year is a reset. So first thing is you gotta remember why you started. Go back to why you said yes to real estate. Go back to what fueled you when you got started. And what you know is when it gets hard, what'd you do in the past? For those of you that have been around for a minute, what'd you do when it got hard?
We went back to the basics.
It's always gonna be that, whatever that means to you. But you know what, I'm gonna just tell you what right here, it's all right here. Secondly, I want you to, how many of you have made these words about anything? I'm gonna say it about a diet because I've known that my whole life. I'm gonna start on Monday. Right?
Me too. I'm actually starting on Monday.
Come on, after you eat, yes, that's it. So we say that all the time, but when you're doing a reset, I want you to think about jump in right now, jump in where you are. It's like right now, because I'm telling you what, I can put off a Monday for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I will never get where I want to go. Next, you got to do a pre, what do I call it? It's what I want you to think about is what could get in the way of you doing it. Know what will stop you. Know what is historically coming down your path where you get sidetracked. You got to kind of preemptively know this got in my way before. I got bored. It didn't work. Nobody wanted to talk to me. You know, whatever it is, know it's probably going to be coming around. And what can I do to keep moving past it? So if you acknowledge that it's going to happen, you know, and you have a remedy for it. Next, say no 2 times sucks. Oh gosh. Just if I get, I'm trying to learn Claude. Talk about a time suck. But I tell you what, I'm getting some hacks. Because when I got into Chat GPT, I got down the rabbit hole. I mean, I can't tell you how much time I spent in that. And this time I said, tell me everything that you know about me in Chat. I want to know everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, what I'm strong at, what I'm not at, and it's like 6 pages. So I took it and I popped that into Claude, said, here I am. You need to know all this about me, and I don't want to have to go through and tell you everything. So, but know where the time sucks are and stay out of them. Stay out of them. Next, recommit. Recommit in writing. Do you know that if you write down a goal, there's a 42% chance that you're going to hit it. 42% chance greater that you're going to hit it.
Then if you don't write it down.
Then if you don't write it down. Then if you share it with someone, it's 80%. Why do you think we have coaches? Why do you think people pay big money for coaches? Because they're going to hold them to it. But you write it down, and as soon as you share it with someone else, there's an 80% chance that you're going to hit it. So write it down, come share it with me or someone else. And then lastly, focus on progress. It's the little wins, folks. It is the little wins. It is calling 6 people a day or whatever it is. It's the pick up the phone and make 1 darn call and celebrate it. Celebrate it. Eat a cookie. Thank the Lord, but that's the thing. We focus on the big stuff and we're saying it's not working because we're, you know, if we want immediate gratification, which is the world we are in right now, set a goal for something immediate, like however many people I'm gonna talk to today or whatever it is. Okay? So the numbers that matter. And I pulled this straight. Does anybody watch Pivot Shift Ahead with James Shaw? And he was in Tulsa last month and he's amazing. And this is what he said. Number one, you gotta have 6 conversations per hour. This is on his Pivot Shift Ahead. 6 conversations per hour. This is the target when you're lead generating. 1 every 10 minutes. If you're not hitting that, it's the first thing to fix. Now I'm gonna back up and say one other thing. You have to be skilled. So you gotta make sure you're getting trained on what to say, talk about the market, the numbers, the stats and all that good stuff. So number 1, 6 conversations per hour. Number 2, it now takes 9 conversations more this year than it did last year. 9 conversations more. So what worked last year isn't gonna work this year. Okay, the next one is, oh, you're not gonna like this one. How many contacts, not appointments, how many contacts do you think it takes to have one closing?
Let's see.
100. That's it. It's 100 contacts. 100 contacts. And when I say contact, I'm not saying calling someone and saying, who you know looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. I'm saying you're calling someone and saying, hey, how you doing? Hey, I saw that your kid just graduated from high school. Congratulations. What's the college plans or what's his plans for the future? A contact is having a conversation with somebody, whether it's over phone or text. Contact, 100 contacts to 1 closing. And then the right now is 3 appointments to get to a closing. So once you get the rhythm going and get the appointments of someone who is interested in buying, selling, or investing, you're going to get there. Was that number high compared to maybe what you're hoping for?
Yeah.
That is the traditional telemarketing metric. Make 100 calls to have 6 real conversations, to have 3 maybes to set 1 appointment. And then depending on your skill ratio.
But I'm gonna frame this a little different for you because if you're anything like me, that sounds very telemarketer, right? It sounds very salesy. I am on a transition now. I'm in week 3 of contacting 5 people a day. And let me tell you what happened. At first I was like, oh, they're gonna think I'm trying to, right? That's what everybody thinks. They're gonna think I'm trying to get them tailspins. I have changed how there's a whole lot. I changed the way you look at things and the things you look at change. And all of a sudden I am reaching out to them about their life. About something in their business. This morning I reached out to 5 people and do you know what I said? To every one of them, congratulations on that closing you just had. Because it happened in the last week. What a beautiful home. It was only on the market 16 days. You were probably sweating it because it hit 93 days. These people don't know me from Adam. And do you know what they say? Thanks. People just want to be heard, acknowledged. Say something nice. Go in there, take a couple of minutes, which is what I do. And I look them up if I don't know who they are. And I come up with something nice to say to them. I bet their broker may not have sent them a text this morning congratulating them on the closing they just had. Maybe they did. So, anyway.
Siobhan, I can get a call from you.
I was like, don't do Aaron. I give you good attaboys from time to time.
I give you kudos with your pictures, like your capper.
Oh, okay. Oh, you guys do love me. Okay.
That's outrageous.
Okay, so that's it. 6 conversations an hour, 9 that you had last year, 100 contacts equals 1 closing, and 3 appointments get you to the closing. Okay, so what that means is if you take whatever number you're trying to hit by the end of the year, however many you want to close between now and then, multiply it by 100. And that's how many conversations you need to have. And if you think you can get through 6 to 8 in 1 hour, that's gonna tell you how much time you're gonna need time block to do it. And then I want to this. What if your conversion's better? Yeah. You'll be ahead of the game. Heck, you can take December off perhaps. I don't really know what to do that. All right. If anybody's serious, if anybody's interested in sitting down with me and I can walk you through this with your own numbers, I'm happy to do that. But it is the time. June is May's review. And they had one other thing out for the time to say about all this. Give me 1 second. Don't you know when you write a lot of notes? There's your stuff in your pages. Okay. So the bottom line. Agents who finished the year strong are not going to be the ones who had the best for January. Except maybe Sarah. That she had a February. They're going to suspicion.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah.
They're going to be the ones who get honest at this point, midpoint, make a decision, and do the work in the second half. So if you're up, don't coast. Press through the second half. Can you get better? If you're behind, good. Now you know. You've acknowledged it. Said, okay, here's where we are. Make your calls, fill the pipeline, and stack the board. Lou Holtz also said, if you're killing time, it's not murder, it's suicide. Right. So your next action step, please do this. Seriously, please do it. Take yourself through 4 steps. What was the goal? How you doing? How does it make you feel? And what are you gonna do now? Walk yourself through that and then grab someone in the office or come and see me and I'll walk you through that. Okay. All right. Now let's get on to some more stuff. Broker. I was gonna put your picture there, but I didn't know how.
So I think similar, I talked about this before. It's a hard market. People are getting super emotional. My broker calls are sometimes panicked. And I just walk you through, you're welcome. And other people are panicked. I have to give them a hard time. But the weirdest thing that I'm getting right now is that it's like counting the chickens before they hatch. So I've had a phone call where someone in our office submitted a TRR. The other agent wrote back, these are the things we're willing to do. Our agent said, verbally, my people have said yes, but they hadn't signed it. If there's nothing signed, it doesn't matter. So they were calling me saying, we want this signed today. I was like, there's still 3 days left in the TRR. They don't have to sign this today. Yeah, but they already told us on the phone and we've already told our sellers that's what they're doing. Not my problem, you know? And I mean, I was very kind and I said, I will call my agent and I will ask them to do that, but we cannot do that. I also had a person where I texted her, this is what they're asking, et cetera, et cetera. We got on the phone. She said, I think I'm going to take the offer. But she failed to say, but I'll do all of those things, but at list price. So when I sent her the counter or whatever I sent her to say, with that price on it, the lower price, she goes, I didn't agree to this. I was like, oh, I misunderstood. I thought you did. So I had to call that agent and tell them that's what happened. But because that agent was going on vacation, she had already opened up escrow with the title company based on the fact that I said, oh, I just got word that my seller said she would do it. So it's like, you didn't have anything in writing. So then the title company is calling me going, where's this contract? Where is this? Where is that? So I say that to say, like, chill out. wait till it's in writing. We're excited, we want things to close, we want things to happen. But it puts us in a really bad situation when you've told your seller or you've told whoever, yes, you got the house, yes, this is what they're doing, and you don't have anything in writing. So those are two big examples, but I've had a couple of them in the last 2 months where people are just cart before horse, all of the cliches of all that. So slow down, take a breath, wait till it's in writing. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you two all on that. I think in July, we're probably going to have a conversation. I think I'm gonna pull a panel together to start having conversations around how to keep these deals together. Because it is. Yeah, we need to address that.
Because the other issue that I talked to her about was, surprise, house on crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are getting to that point.
20,000.
Yeah.
Yep. We just had an appraiser in Ardmore 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, last week. Come down and talk to the agents there. And gotta love them. They're just, it's subjective. And it's based on where they had their license and the rules under that organization, if it's an organization or if it's their own. And how they come up with some of their numbers.
And they need to have more regulations around it so that they
It's
all
very
are
subjective.
a lot more similar because it can be dramatic.
It's absolutely, yeah.
I actually had a deal stay together because the cross agent was so aggressive with the appraiser. And I mean, we were high in the neighborhood. I was on the purchase side and I knew we were high in the neighborhood, but it was the builder's home and he had put all of this stuff in the house and she had receipts for all of it.
Mhm.
And so the outdoor patio kitchen, the interior safety room, she had everything. She met the appraiser out there and she gave him all of this stuff and it appraised.
There you go.
But she was very aggressive.
But they welcome the conversations. When this gentleman was talking to them, he says, if I'm on your appraisal and I see because I know what the purchase price is because they tell me, the bank tells me, I will call you. And he says, bring the info. He says, I will welcome that. I am not trying to hold this thing up. And he goes, I think some people might think just because we're going to get paid no matter what. But the fact is, most of us do want you to get the deal closed. So. All right. All right, next moving along. Happy birthdays. I think we have the birthdays right here. Anybody in here have a birthday? Austin here? No. Okay, well, happy birthday, everybody. All right, Cappers, we have two Cappers. Davenport, man, she is full-time grandma, taking care of kids and then have schedules that make my Google Calendar look like nothing. And my Google Calendar doesn't look like nothing. And she still caps every year. Then we have the other one.
Yay!
Abigail, I wish we had the picture of him on the counter. I just think that's next time. Okay, so now we are going to move into the winners of. We've got the solo team and group. Top solo agent is our busy schedule of being president of our board and all of the other things. I think she's still in DC with NAR. I don't know. If
She is.
She still managed to close 1.8 million 5 units last month. So congratulations, Kara. And our top team is Sandy Sanders. 5 units. And Jasmine, her daughter, joined her. And Jasmine works at Windstar. Guess where her business is coming from? Sandy's torn, I think, between what's your job and come do this full time, or wait a minute, that's where you're getting business. Yeah.
Gotta do both.
So congratulations,
She's getting
Sandy.
paid the least.
Congratulations. Wow. You know, one thing I didn't mention on the review, You guys, when you're planning your years, because the market is kind of like this with pricing, always be planning by units, okay? Because volume in GCI can come and go, depending on what the price points are, but units, so 12 units, congratulations. We got the volume in there too, buddy. Good job. Okay, and we have our $1 million club. We're gonna need a second page. It's great to see Ryan and Co, Cammy and Dwayne hit the board in Oklahoma. You know, they do $1 zillion in Texas, and it's nice to see her make $1 million club. And then Dana Thornhill down in Texas, she's done some great stuff up here, and seeing everybody else on there, so cool. Congratulations. Okay. This is not the flyer that's coming out, but I got the region to send this to me this morning. Sarah Reynolds, do people know who Sarah Reynolds is? She's the #1 Keller Williams team in the world. She's got an expansion team. She sold last year over $1 billion, not million, $1 billion in volume. She's the #1 team in Texas, Dallas. She's got expansion teams everywhere. She's freaking amazing. She's part of the oh gosh, the Empire Builders. The women that put together that podcast are fabulous. Anyway, she's gonna be in Oklahoma. She's gonna be in Oklahoma City, and I cannot flip and wait, man. She has she's KWU certified trainer, and she's got a course that or an event she teaches called Creating Great Bands and Protect Your Time, because she's got a family, she's got littles. And so she's got, I'm a mom, I'm a business owner, and all this stuff. So it's going to be coming, it's going to be at Vast. Really kind of a cool little venue. So please mark your calendar. It's, I think it's July 21st. So mark your calendar. She's going to be amazing. And then, of course, the McKissicks do a wealth building. It is the second Wednesday, so that's going to be tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Good stuff. How many of you have been on that podcast? I know Kyle has. Pretty good stuff, huh, Kyle?
Good.
Yeah. So check that out. Tuesday touring, Tia is taking the crew out. So after the meeting today, you're going to be taking them out to Broker Opens. I think I know 4 today.
Yeah, I didn't check, but I knew there was supposed to be.
And there's 4 of them, and they're close by. So. Oh, so excited about this productivity coaching group. And with that said, our friend Arias has just put his first property under contract. You are doing the things. That's why you are in contract so quickly. You're doing the things. And Nicole Woodson is being so consistent with our crew. Just so you know, she's actually starting tomorrow night. She's launching the evening class for dual career agents and for people that are more remote and can't get here. So she's going to be teaching it from 6 to 8:30 on Wednesday evenings. And I'm telling you, what feedback I'm getting has been just phenomenal. So I am not shying away from people that may be dual careered at this point. I have shied away from dual careers because we know how difficult it is to have a job and not be able to train and learn how to do this stuff. Now, if it's an 8 to 5 job and there's no bending, that I still shy away from. But people that have part-time jobs, work evenings or weekends or whatever it is, send them on over. But anyway, she's doing a great job. I'm so excited. Book study. We've got session 2 coming in right after this. This is a great book. I'm loving it. And there's still time. We're on chapters 3, 4, and 5, or 4, 5, and 6 we'll be talking about today. Such a good book. Nope. We have all kinds of clues here. So Kenzie is going to start putting more and more classes on the calendar. We've got to get better at utilizing the systems, the technology that we have. So she's going to be seeing, check out the calendar. You're going to be seeing all of the other classes that she's going to be teaching. Has everyone been to at least one of the Lone Wolf training? Because DocuSign's going away. Gone. We're not gonna be able to access it anymore. Everything you have in DocuSign is going to be gone on July 14th. So if you have documents there that you need, get with Kenzie and let her help you download that stuff. Okay? I'm gonna be doing market stats and chats tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Let's talk about what's going on in the Oklahoma City Metro, Cleveland County, however we want to look at it. These numbers matter and it just builds your awareness of like how to have conversations with buyers and sellers out there. Top 10 Mastermind is on Thursday, this week, this Thursday. And that is invitation only. Anybody who makes it the top 10% each month is invited. And if you got an invitation, fantastic. I will see you on Thursday. If you didn't, it's something to work for. And I love it when we have new people that have never been invited before. So bring it on. All right, and then our ALC meeting is a week from today. Open houses and broker opens. Send it up to Abby and she'll send it on out, share it out on our pages. Then we have our team meeting in July. Oh, we're going back on that. Do you know why? That's not where's my person? Is that?
It was supposed to be the 21st.
That's right. Okay, that's right. We're putting it on here. July 14th. It's usually going to be on the 3rd. It's usually the 3rd Tuesday, but that's when Sarah Reynolds is going to be here. So make a note that it is the 2nd Tuesday. July 14th will be the team meeting. That's why this is in here. Thank you for the reminder. Oh, and again, July DocuSign. Hello, Lone Wolf. Download your docs. July 14th, it goes away. There's no retrieving, folks. Okay, I just registered for Mega Camp in San Antonio, and I hope you're going to hopefully come down and join me. They just announced the keynote speaker is Simon Sinek. Yes, the convention center is being redone. This is the 2nd year.
Yes.
It's going to be here. But Simon Sinek is going to be there. He was scheduled to be there during COVID and they obviously they didn't have it, but they got him back. So I cannot wait. August 17th to 20th. Hopefully you will join me. Okay, game time. Come on, girl. I know this is usually Crystal, but Abby is jumping in.
Where is the next?
And it's the next time.
It's sort of right.
I don't have anybody.
So
That's hurting.
Wordle. So scan this. If you have the app, for some reason this is not. But scan it. For anyone that doesn't know how to play, you have 6 guesses to guess the word. And with that first guess, it'll tell you if any of your letters are correct, if they're in the right spot in the word, it'll be green. If they're completely incorrect, it'll be gray. If they're the right letter but in the wrong place, it'll be yellow. So you have 6 guesses. And this one's a real estate word. Just a heads up. That's your one hint.
So scan it, it takes us to Wordle and you play there.
Continue to the puzzle.
That's what it took us. This is Wordle on the New York Times.
Is that what you got? That's what I was telling you about.
Oh, yes. It's Wordle.
Is this it?
Yes, that's it.
So where did the word go? Where the letters?
How do I hit enter?
Enters on the bottom left somewhere. The keyboard.
On the bottom what? Left?
If it's yellow, what happens?
That's the letter in the
Okay,
Right, so show me because I'm just.
and it's real estate.
I just picked a letter.
Pick a word, a 6-letter word.
I pick a word.
Any word. You have
Okay.
to work your way to the right word.
I see. Okay.
Just be one.
Yeah. Are they all this long term? Where's enter?
Right.
Oh, on the,
So
on the
this
keyboard.
right here, it tells you
This letter goes somewhere else, and this letter, so you can hit and all the other letters.
Oh,
And now it's not.
am I just trying to get one word?
Yes,
So how do I get rid of those?
you don't, you have six.
I have 6 drives.
So now I'm just trying to.
So what is it?
So it's nothing? Yes, one's gray, and one's yellow.
Wait, is this, are we doing today's Wordle? Is that just
No,
what?
this is
No.
a custom for you.
Custom.
You get it?
Yeah.
What? Oh my God, okay.
You found this
Oh my
right.
God, it's okay.
How many guesses did you get? 2?
I don't wanna know.
Congratulations.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you. Hi,
Pretty good one.
Oh,
I know, I can guess it. You almost did not, that was our other.
I put
Okay.
little T.
So take it to the boss.
Yeah.
Take it to the boss, I'm gonna pick a prize.
Goodness, that was weird.
You went to the treasure chest? I pretty much know.
I take that, my business, I just do that.
All right, guys, that is it. Yep. Oh. All right, thank you all so much.
Betrayal.
Like, go to the closet. Get it fun.
Go get a prize. I say that, are there things?
I gotta find out how to end it.
So.
Oh, can I leave an announcement?